The garments of the Bronze Age Scottish warrior were of a mix in design, from tweed, wool, and even buckskin. The regular everyday trousers were made out of wool, while the undertunic was actually originally made from buckskin style design. An overtunic would be worn made out of dense wool fiber. This would actually help protect the said user from the harsh, cold weather and winds of the said Scottish country. Finally, a dense wool, sleeveless tunic would be worn over the said everyday clothing in order to provide a certain form of protection and warmth for the said user. It is believed that this would have been manufactured in a design of a tightly woven fabric, making it almost like an early style of armor. Cloth belts would be worn, indicating of their style and use of the user. This would also indicate of where the person was from, of which tribe he belonged to, in order to tell friend from foe. It is unknown though of what type of colors these would have actually represented depending on the user. Footwear that would have been worn would have been of the style and design as you see here. This type of footwear would have been used from the Bronze Age and all the way into the 20th century. It is not known if any type of leg wrappings were worn by the users at that time, but it is highly believed that they would have had no form of leg wraps, mainly because of the Scottish countryside being of a type of terrain that of which would do very poorly for the said user if he wore leg wraps. For everyday warriors, they would have used a dagger mainly made out of stone, not bronze. And many would ask, why stone? Simple. This was an everyday tool for an everyday society. As well, this type of tool could easily be manufactured and made in the Scottish Highlands. War clubs were also a design of weapon that would also be used. However, it did indicate on the said user. Some war clubs were actually even longer and even actually more of a staff type weapon, commonly used by sheep herders. However, it is unknown whether or not these type of weapons would have looked identical to what we understand. Those that actually could afford it would actually use an axe. The axe, it was an everyday tool, but however, some of these axes, instead of having a bronze head, would have actually probably had a stone-like head, which could have easily been manufactured. It is highly believed that due to the lack of bronze findings in the region, it is believed that either tin or copper was very scarce in the region entirely, leading to the fact that axes were probably mostly made out of stone rather than bronze. Swords that were actually manufactured and found in the regions of Scotland, depending on the said region. For example, the further south you were, the longer the sword would have been. These type of swords also had an indication of a said leaf-like blade, perfect for both cutting and thrusting use. While the further north you would go, the shorter the sword would have actually gotten. This also indicates the scarcity of tin, or as well even copper findings in the region. So it wouldn't be too unbelievable to understand this. By the end of the Bronze Age in Scotland, some of these swords had started to ditch the leaf-like blade for a more narrow design thrust type capability weapon. Most of these swords were all of a style and design somewhere between the length from one's elbow to the tip of one's fingers.
Kulanto mein Brianto mein Kulanto mein Vojoch Kulanto mein Brianto mein Hulalana Monar.
The shield's design also varied on the user, as noblemen would actually decorate their shields in various type of fashions and imagery, mainly of the images of the gods, with such as gold rims and even golden design. While an everyday warrior would have a style of shield that would mostly have been bland and blank. Some of these shields were even designed mostly made out of animal hides, rather than made out of wood. Small buckler-like shields were also discovered in certain regions in Scotland. Some historians also believe that these were mostly used by skirmishers, or as well, even type of warriors who were champions on the field of battle. By the end of the Bronze Age culture, some of the shields had started to actually take a different design and shape, indicating of an evolution design style of warfare. However, it is indicated that the design of these shields were only of a size of around 30 inches in diameter in length. leading historians to believe a scarcity of style materials of wood or as well animal hides in the region, while others indicate of a style prowess of style fighting, depending on which version of history we actually look at. The javelin was a gruesome weapon on the field of battle. These type of weapons were carried in bundles and as well used for skirmish-style fighting. However, there are accounts that even we have to take from the Romans that indicate that the Bronze Age Scottish warrior could have used it as a throwing javelin right before the impact of a charge. The spears that were used did vary on the user, as some were actually designed for a more thrusting use, while others could actually be of a more general purpose style design. Now keep in mind, the heads of these spears did vary from user to user. As was indicated that some of the findings of spearheads that were uncovered from the Bronze Age culture in Scotland were indicated to actually be either made out of bronze or that of bone, antler, and even stone, indicating of their style of fighting and warfare, meaning that only the most wealthy could afford a bronze-style blade. Slings that were used were very commonly found. It is highly believed that these were usually used by sheep herders. However, if we take a tale from the story of David and Goliath, these were gruesome weapons to begin with. In fact, one such sling was actually found in the southern regions of Scotland, indicating that the pouch was able to actually hold a stone as big as a man's fist, indicating that these were early artillery-style weapons. The bow that of which was found in Scottish Highlands was actually discovered to have been of a version of longbow design. However, some of these bows designs were actually uncovered, were actually found broken, and as well some of the strings still fully intact, mainly made out of horsehair. Arrowheads that were uncovered were mostly found to have had stone-style arrowheads, rather than bronze. In other words, these could easily have been replaced and reused. But in such, some other arrowheads were actually found to have actually been sharpened to a point.
Din din da da dum gone no. Din din da da dum gone is on. De guetan outro yan and ro. De guetan outro yan and ro. De guete odazi walevro. Din din da da dum gone no. Din din da da dum gone is on. Neventivat vretonet, neventivat vretonet. Amalos rus da chalawet. Din din do darem gone no. Din din do darem gone is on. En no da gwena du, en no da gwena du. Adadre duria malos rus. Din din do darem gone no. Din din do darem gone is on. Din din do darem gone no. Din din do darem gone is on. Verulestre plegamor, verulestre plegamor. E when you when got digo. I'm gone, din din da da I'm gone is on. Det går dan out ho janen ho, det går dan out ho janen ho. Ni går de oda ziwane ho. Din din da da I'm gone, din din da da I'm gone is on. Neventivat na vretonet, neventivat na vretonet. Amalos rus da chalawet. Din din da da I'm gone, oh. Din din da da I'm gone is on. En da gwena du, en da gwena du. Ada dreitur ja malos rus. Din din da da I'm gone, oh. Din din da da I'm gone is on. nurechwin alaf nemedit Hiosarode de nionelid Malakinichit it weskerid Hiawan barbedet shavodinichid Malakinichid it weskerid Hiawan barbedet shavodinichid Soy gruis aguidan, panim adrodan, aguagaswantam nechodian. Soy gruis aguidan, panim adrodan, aguagaswantam nechodian. Goshki al-jevret, aduy netedet, achim kochet amaura kofret. Gafel gwaret, rak fin meget. Reget de fridjat, klotjara gorglat, vemodisidardat. Opper klövat, du is pellitrat pan, klövat kan. Kat pan kurchen, goine thaunein. Kat pan kurchen, goine thaunein. Gwello gwyn wen ba namua, gwello gwyn wen ba. Gwello gwyn wen ba namua, gwello gwyn wen ba. Tan tan diro dir, tan 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 dira tan. Tan tan diro dir, tan tan dira tan. Gwello gwyn a luf on a guf, gwello gwyn a luf. Gwello gwyn a luf on a guf, gwello gwyn a luf. Tan tan diro dir, tan 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 dira tan. Tan tan diro dir, tan tan dira tan. Gwello gwyn a gal na gaval, gwello gwyn a gal. Gwello gwyn a gal na gaval, gwello gwyn a gal. Tan tan dire, oh dire, tant dire à tant, dire, oh dire, dire à tant. Gallit que vadel, die beste, gallit que vadel, gallit que vadel, die beste, gallit que vadel. Dire, oh dire, dire à tant, dire, oh dire, dire à tant. When did Breton a gallon, when did Breton, when did Breton a gallon, when did Breton. Tant dire, oh dire, dire à tant, dire, oh dire, dire à tant. Gwyn agwad a red, gwyn agwad a red yn gefred, gwyn agwad a red. Tant dire, oh dire, dire à tant, dire, oh dire, dire à tant. Gwyn agwad ruz, gwyn agwad ruz. Gwyn agwad ruz, gwyn agwad ruz. Tant dire, oh dire, dire à tant, dire, oh dire, dire à tant. Gwadrez a gwen an a wen, gwadrez a gwen, gwad a chal a wed a waren, gwad a chal a wed. Tant dire, oh dire, dire à tant, dire, oh dire, dire à tant. Gwad a gwen e vis, a gwad vris, gwad a gwen e vis. Gwyn a gwad a fef, ne ba ef, gwyn a gwad a fef. Tant dire, oh dire, dire à tant, dire, oh dire, dire à tant.